What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to post a video update about Whiskey and Lemons. This is the upcoming DLC for Grand Tacticians Civil War 1861 to 1865. So the DLC will be released on the 25th of August. It will come, let's take a look at this. On the same day, we'll also release Volume 2 to the game's soundtrack and a major update to the game. Ooh, to the main game. Details below. Alright. The soundtrack I gotta buy. That's one thing that's on my... I gotta buy that. Whiskey and Lemons DLC introduces a new career mode where you can play any campaign in the game starting from a low position, carrying out your unit and your career with the AI taking care of the rest. With prestige and promotions, you may rise all the way up to your nation's military leadership, which will open up more options to influence the war effort. Career mode includes role-playing elements for character development. I like that. The possibility to take only a smaller role in the campaign may also suit players that feel the main campaign is too overwhelming. In addition to the career mode, Whiskey and Lemons DLC introduces a new regiment scale Eastern Theater focus campaign. I like that. And so it's going to sell for $25. Now, it's curious. Do I feel it's worth $25? It's going to also have a 10% discount, so that's going to be what? About, $250, roughly? Do I feel Whiskey and Lemons is worth $25 for just adding this career mode? That's a great question. It adds quite a bit of stuff here. The amount of work I can imagine, because can't just like take a look at this and saying all they're really doing is giving you a commander and you're fighting battles. From what I'm seeing, or from what I've read about this DLC, and you can look at my previous videos, there's a lot of programming that is probably going into this, because you're looking at, you know, a new type of order of battle system kind of thing, on how that relates to the game. You're going to have new staff. You can customize your officer. There's going to be events that's going to affect your character. So, and plus this is also an indie development studio, right? My little one's coming, so you're probably going to hear her, or him, her. So I think $25 is good. Now, normally that's on the higher price for DLCs. Generally, you see DLCs from from Matrix games for $10, from Paradox between $20 and $30. So I feel like this is in the right spot. Especially this is an indie studio. You know, these guys put a lot of work into their into this beautiful piece of art here. Volume 2 of the game's soundtrack features 20 more old-time and traditional tunes from the Civil War era, handpicked and recorded live by Weasel and Weasels. Like with Volume 1, the music will be included in the game, even if you don't own the soundtrack or any other DLCs. Buying the soundtrack will allow you to enjoy the music outside of the game. It's also a good way to support Grand Tactician Project, and especially for talented musicians. I'm always up for supporting indie developers, so like whether I listen to it or not, I'm probably going to buy it just so I can throw some more bucks their way. Again, I love indie developers. If it wasn't for these guys here, you know, we wouldn't have the greatest Civil War strategy game ever made. Let's be honest. We will also update the bundle option for the game, which includes all the content for 10% off. That's also nice. And then there's going to be a major patch 1.21. Oh. It's going to include bug fixes. Ooh, some new features. Let's take a look. Okay. That's interesting. Officer list is updated for commanders. Promote officer will be arranged in the correct rank list. Railroad movement now restricted to occupied. This is a big thing. Okay, I thought it was weird that numerous times the railroad goes into, if I'm playing the Union, it goes into Confederate territory and then it goes back into Union territory. Slave workforce. Rebalancing order delays over long distances. Okay. Lowered national morale effects from naval engagements. Nice. Okay, good. Measures against AI blobbing. You know, honestly, guys, from what I've seen in this game, it's just getting better and better. And obviously that's what you'll expect from patches and stuff like that, but the AI is leaps and bounds, night and day different from when this game was released or early access. We'll try to advance if no initial objective was occupied, even if strength is insufficient. I really like the fact in this game that... Whoa. The fact in this game that previously, when you went into tactical battle, the AI will basically hover around the objective. They don't do that now. They will actually take terrain that it's between you and the objective, and terrain that benefits them. And that's a huge thing, because I can tell you, I've seen AAA studios that were not able to accomplish simple things like that. Okay, so we got a lot of fixes, some new enhancements. Really appreciate it. And the game's coming out the 25th. The DLC, I mean. And yeah, so am I gonna buy it for $25? Yes. I do feel like there's a lot in this DLC. I feel like there's been a lot of work put into it. And you do also have these things here where you commander, you can get headquarters, add individuals to your headquarters. You got this card system here. And then it's coded differently to, you know, represent your character and just in the game. You don't have to deal with the whole army. So like things like this that I like, where you have the general staff, companions. That is really cool. I like that. And then also there will be events that pop up here. So very cool. I do also like you get to choose, like, organize your character this way, like build up your character this way. When there was a call for militia, I volunteered and soon was elected to command. You can click that. Or I joined the state militia years ago, moved up the ladder, and click this. And all this, again, will affect your character. And it looks like you could even choose a state and date of command, it looks like. Interesting. Very cool. And you get to choose your units. That's another cool thing. I wonder if you can disobey your commander, right? Like if they tell you to go here and you decide to go somewhere else. Wonder how that'll affect your progression through the game. Ooh, the men have started talking that you would go as far as completely ignore their well-being just to fulfill your duty. As long as these rumors circulate and you do not enjoy full trust, the men are more fragile. Ooh, I like this. Very interesting. So yeah, a lot of interesting enhancements to the game. Ooh, your personal courier. Very cool. So yeah, I believe this is going to add a significant content into the game. I also love the take that they're taking on this DLC. They're not just saying, all right, well, we're going to, you know, we have the grand strategy game and we're just going to build on top of that. We'll add a different way. We'll add new naval warfare. We'll add this or we'll add that. They're going with a completely different kind of direction. They're going with, like, you're taking the role as a commander in the Civil War. So very interesting. I really like the way they're going with this, and you know, starting with regimental level campaign, which is going to be interesting. I do wonder if you could break up that regimental unit, you know, and kind of separate it into companies. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna head out because this little one's getting a little rambunctious. Hopefully, you guys wishlist it. Let me know when you buy the game and your thoughts on it. I'm going to post probably a first impression, so keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, $25. Yeah, I mean, it's $25. It's a DLC. It's almost the full cost of the game, which I think is like $40, $45. But I believe it's going to add significant, well, enough worth it to buy it. So I'm looking forward to it. And then also, I also want to support indie developers. So those two things, yeah. The soundtrack, I'm probably gonna have to wait. I could always buy that some other time, unless they kind of build it together for $30. I'll do $30 for the soundtrack, volumes 1, 2, and this DLC. That would be kind of cool if they did that. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Catch you next one. See you then.